Hi traders, welcome back. Today I want to make a quick video going over a nice reversal pattern that was spotted in the footprint chart on the ES market. So just going to go briefly on how I use volume profile combined with order flow analysis in order to detect these patterns, and we'll go over how the aggressive buyers were absorbed, and then we got some nice reversals at the high of the regular trading hour session. So specifically, we're going to be looking right over here. So this level, 66.73, it's a very significant level. If we go back into last week, first you can see we are within a really big high volume node. And then last Wednesday, we had major resistance here, broke out on Thursday, and then we back tested it on Thursday and major support. And now this week, we came back today, filming this on Thursday. So Thursday, right before the market opened, here at 7 a.m. we had a very impulsive move through that level, and then you can see we back tested it on 4 different hourly candles, and we rejected on all of them, and we made actually 2 trips all the way back down to the lower edge of the high volume node where we found support. Okay, so if I go into the tick chart, we're going to be focusing on this area right here. Okay, we did make a little slightly higher high later on the session, but overall you can see a very large high volume node that we established, and this level here, 66.73, ended up being a very key level. If I zoom out and go back here on the tick charts, you can see this is what I was telling you before. Coming all the way back from Wednesday last week, resistance, broken at the overnight open. And then on Thursday, RTH, we had the low of day and very strong support at that level again. And then if we move forward, we're now back into today's session. You can see overnight, we broke the level and we had an immediate retest and a continuation down. And then we made this high volume node on the overnight, and that was exactly where we came and rejected here. So let's go into the footprint chart and look at what happened on this level. Now, a lot of times when we spot these things on the footprint, and again, this is a 3000 tick chart. This is what I like to use for day trading. So let's go back to the open. So this is the level we're looking at. And remember, I like to use my footprint charts are a volume by delta. Okay, I do not use bid by ask. I use volume by delta. So volumes on the left side, delta on the right. And the reason I like to do that is because for me it's a lot easier to spot first where I have big volumes, and I have the special shadings purple and orange for medium and high volumes. And then on the right is just very easy to see, okay, who had the upper hand, buyers or sellers, okay? And these are all strategies that I go much more in depth in the trading courses as well. But here, if we pay attention to this first move, you can see we had a very strong move coming off of the lows here at the open, and then here from 958 all the way to about 1020 we had 20 minutes of really impulsive move up. So when we got up to this level, on the footprint, we got a big reversal signal right over here on this candle. Let me zoom out here, right there, so we can see the whole picture. So this candle, you can see big aggressive buying volumes right at the top of the candle, and yet we printed a negative candle. So we ended up establishing 1,149 to buy right at 66.72 and 781 contracts executed with a green delta as well, and then the impulsive move down. Then we came down and we started consolidating sideways, and then we come right back to that same level, and then look at the huge divergence candle that we put in right here, and then another one on the next retest as well, where we have a positive delta. So meaning if we add all the deltas on the right side, we ended up with 9 positive deltas. So that means there was a little bit more aggressive buying than selling, but yet look at how negatively this candle closed. It was a big bearish hammer candle just closing down with positive delta and some higher deltas here, as you can see highlighted right at the top, exactly at this previous area. Okay, one thing I like to do is, as soon as I see there's an established area of high volumes like we had here, big aggressive buying volumes, then this zone you want to mark off or be aware of this zone for any retests coming back into it, because if this is generally a large passive seller that is absorbing all this aggressive buying and filling in their large selling orders, when the market comes back, then we want to expect to see this keep getting defended. And you can see once and twice the same thing happened. Again, 2 divergence candles, positive delta with a bearish close, and we're still getting prominently aggressive buying at the top of this wicks before we had the breakdown from here. And if we go into the tick chart, this is what we are talking about. You can see all this highlights here, aggressive buyings when we came back into this significant area of resistance, this hourly level, came up, rejected. We did start holding this area here, but then we come right back, and on this 2 new attempts, we had those other divergences that I talked about. And then here you can see we had a pretty set support level right here. Pretty much a sideways consolidation. And then we had the breakdown into VWAP. Okay? So that's a really nice example we got today of how you could spot this high volumes of aggressive buyers that are getting trapped near the tops of the candles, and then you could have gotten a nice scalping opportunity off of it. Okay, that's pretty much it. Thanks everyone for tuning in. Hope you're having a great week, and I will talk to you all in the next one. Take care.